Boom. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the stream. I'm going to be taking concept art suggestions from the Discord. I already did. And from there, just going to be doing some concept art. Basically, just kind of, walking through what I would do if, I were doing any kind of video game job or whatever else. And I'll touch on like my thought process, that sort of thing. Anyway, Dan's here. Hey, Dan.
What's up, everybody?
Hopefully
Good
you
to be
can.
here.
Hopefully you can hear him. All right. I think you can.
We will see. Oh,
I'll turn him up a little bit more. Speak to me. Talk to me.
hello, I'm here. It's me. I'm talking. I was just listening to the audio on the broadcast. Sounds good.
Okay. All right. So there's a lot of suggestions. I'll get your take, Dan.
Yeah.
So last time I was taking on stuff like reimaginings of characters. Like I did Fulgore from like Killer Instinct. That sort of thing. I can pull them up actually so you can see them. That was the same file. Just kind of like doing my version of like taking the character and the silhouette
Sure.
and, just how I would approach it if I got that job. So there's a couple and you can go from here. So, already there's a good one. Okay. So the rock dude from Ninja Scroll, a
Very good.
Bokoblin,
Mm.
and
That was good.
Vaughn from Legend of Legaia,
Also good. Classic design.
Hayato from Marvel vs. Capcom 2,
Excellent.
a horror Duck Bunny. That's because I did a Duck Bunny in the last one.
Sure.
Yoshimitsu from Tekken.
Mm.
Goku if he was a Starvale character.
Pretty good.
What of those? I feel like a Bokoblin's a good one
Bokoblin's a very good one.
because I've been working on the Diablo season artwork, and I'm just thinking like, what if I did my like adaptation of a Bokoblin?
I was gonna go a different direction, but I like that.
What were you thinking?
I was thinking, what if Capcom got the contract to do a Nintendo action game, and you had to do a Capcom version of a Bokoblin?
What Bokoblin though? What do you think?
If they did like Capcom versus Nintendo, like they finally got the dream deal that they're never gonna get.
Yeah,
Mm.
I think I'll start with the Bokoblin because I can already see it in my head. I got the
I
energy
think you
for it.
should do the Bokoblin and then send it to Tasteful Thickness, so you can promote his Blood Moon movie.
Send it to who?
That guy Tasteful Thickness, who does all the reels about the Bokoblins, who are like, we're getting slaughtered out there. It's all this like Iraq War movie scenes, but with
Okay.
Bokoblins. You think tactics are our problem? He can go through the floor. Excited to see our Bokoblin.
So I'm just imagining like getting this job. Like if I were doing what I'm doing now for Blizzard,
Mm.
and just for some reason I had to do promo art for a Zelda mashup. It's a good
Season of Hyrule crossover event.
yeah.
Yeah, Mooney, the Blood Moon video is very legit. That guy's stuff is great.
I've seen those before. Now that you mention it.
Sorry, I'm having trouble hearing you. The call keeps dropping.
Oh, that's cool. I was just saying that I'm pretty sure I've seen that.
Oh, you definitely have. It's the guy whose filters look just like your Raphael Ninja Turtle video, but it's a
Yeah,
Bokoblin.
yeah, yeah. Okay, yes,
Yeah, yeah,
yes,
yeah. He made
yes.
a full. He made like a full movie out of it called
He
Blood Moon.
he was that guy who like SNL took his stuff.
Yeah, yeah. His name's Tasteful Thickness. He's great. But yeah, those Bokoblin videos are amazing. Hmm. Have you tried playing the new one yet?
New one, what?
The new Zelda?
Oh yeah, it's great.
I haven't played it yet.
Yeah, I really liked it a lot.
That's cool.
The mechanic is great.
Yeah, I'm excited. It looked really fun. Looked like a great idea. Sorry if I sound sleepy, Chad. I'm on antibiotics. Hmm. It's that special time of year in the town me and Dave grew up in where you can go to 7-Eleven at night and there's just a bunch of people wearing plate armor hanging out.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I went to get like eggs, and there was just like dudes in full plate armor, like drinking Gatorade, hanging out outside. And I was like, okay, I forgot.
Is the fair like just is did it just kind of wrap up?
They keep starting it later and later, so it started like 3 weeks ago, and it's gonna go till October 20th.
Ah, okay.
They do it way later now. It's not like a summer thing. It's not even like an August thing. It's like a September October thing.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
funny.
It's better because the air is colder. It's way nicer.
Yeah, that would be brutal.
Yeah.
It's brutal here, like in the heat. It's like 100 degrees when we went, and there's like people in full like furs and armors, and I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, like how? What are you
Ugh.
doing? It's called being dedicated to the bit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's too much.
unreal. Totally unreal. Yeah, I don't get it. Man. Painting stuff from the Elden Ring DLC, and I still haven't played the Elden Ring DLC.
Okay, so I just did like a quick sketch of a Bokoblin. So like generally speaking, like in any redesign, especially of something that's already iconic, it's like you don't really want to deviate too much from the overall shape. It's more of like it depends on what you're doing. Like if this were a
It
side
happens.
scroller or something like that, then you would change it up quite a bit in terms of the silhouette and the read, or a fighter or something like that. Like, you know, you saw my full gore on the screen. But if it's something like I'm adapting it for like a Diablo or even like a fantasy illustration or something, I'm not going to change a whole lot about the general shape language. That'll stay mostly the same, because if you're going to deviate from something style-wise, then you don't want to do it in such a way where you won't be able to even recognize what the thing is. So you need to like hold on to certain aspects of the character's design. Like if you're going to go for like a realism, then the silhouette should still be pretty much the same, so that at least you know what you're looking at.
The pose of him slamming his thing into the ground is also a clever homage to the Moblin guarding the Forest Temple in Ocarina of Time. So, very intentional thing Dave did there.
just gonna quickly like rough in some values because I want to show the stylistic deviation.
Now, the art director did on the Doom games said that every good monster design is a monster design where when you're drawing it, you can hear their voice in your head. So with that in mind, what voice does this bokoblin have? Oh man, I can't hear anything. I hope you're just doing a bokoblin voice and I can't hear it.
Yeah, I was.
Oh no! I heard like 2 seconds of laughter. I really hope Dave's doing a bokoblin voice and I can't hear it, chat. If you can even hear me, chat. Oh my god. Dave did a bokoblin voice and I can't hear it. I'm reading chat.
I did.
Well, at least Chad can hear me. What's up, chat?
I can hear you.
I can't really hear you at all, Dave. I can hear the beginning of your sentence and then it immediately just is gone.
Maybe I should call you on Google or something.
Sure, we can try that. Send me a hangout link.
I sent you one to your email. Okay, let's see if Dan will pop up here and we'll be able to hear him. You're muted, Dan.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, that's so much better. Holy shit. So it was just Discord. I can hear you perfectly now.
Okay, cool.
Okay, great. That sounds awesome. All right, good. Hi, chat. We're here now.
Yeah, they can hear both of us.
Get a question in chat from Ralph. Did you answer that yet?
I haven't answered any questions.
He said, what makes this concept art versus a drawing of a character?
Well, I mean, this is kind of different than just like, in my mind, concept art is something like generally new, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But this to me is more like adaptation. It's still technically concept art, you know? But at least like my definition of like a new kind of concept, like if I were working on a game and I had to make like a new bokoblin, like, or you know, if you just described what a bokoblin was, then we're like, just do that, you know, like that, then I'd have a different idea. But if you're doing like we were just talking about doing like a, you know, Season of Hyrule Diablo thing, like then you wanna stick to the actual look of the character and then just like adapt it style wise. Yeah, that's really like, you know, in my mind, that's like the difference for this right now.
In general, I mean, the definition's kind of changed over time and it's sort of meaningless now. Like concept art used to be a thing where it was iterative to save money. You'd like sketch out all the various options of what a thing could be. Like if you look at like the old, like concept art's been around forever, but like it really became huge when like the Lord of the Rings movies became a thing because they published those books with the art of, and like that kind of hadn't really happened before. Even like Star Wars hadn't really done that until Lord of the Rings did it. So like there would be like hundreds of drawings of like, you know, one set of armor for one faction's like person. And then they would like take bits and pieces and make the perfect version of it. They were concepting out before they spent any money on costume designers or blacksmiths to come in and forge weapons or like any of the expensive stuff. It was just all the concepts. Let's get it all drawn and sketched perfectly on paper, iterate, mix and match, see what works, what doesn't work. And like that's kind of where it came from. And then the next stage of that would be like marketing art or advertising art, where like you would take the concept that beat out all the other ones that became the official design and you would hyper render it, and that would go on like packaging or posters or toy boxes or
Yeah, like certain things popularize concept art, but like for the longest time, if you were like, for instance, like think about like a Japanese studio back in the day, like they had concept artists, but they really only had like a couple kind of big artists that work for them. Like think of like Bengus or something like that. Like they'd be like one artist who kind of did everything, or like a couple artists that did everything, and they did it for like every game. And they didn't have like a huge team of like concept artists doing a shitload of stuff. And also the work wasn't made to be showcased. It wasn't like what we know concept art now. Like concept art now is very much like even insofar as like the art books are concerned, it's like that's not really what concept art is. Like when you see those art books, like those art books, sometimes they go in and they do like another pass on the actual concept art that they used to be like, let's make something that'll look good in the book. And so they'll like finish stuff. But actual concept art is just the idea, you know, it's getting across a good idea. So you don't really need to have like a crazy polish on it. It's just as quick as you can. Here's like 50 ideas or things on how to approach this. I'm not married to any of these. I don't feel like, you know, this is my best work ever. It's just something to quickly show you what I'm talking about. And then from there you can make the thing. But like, you know, it's not supposed to be something that's highly polished and like a painting. It's like, because you really don't need that to tell somebody like what you're trying to say with your picture. You just need like the barest bones.
There's kind of like 3 tiers to it now at like most places, where it's like concept is looser, but it's still, you know, kind of tight. And then after that is like the character render art, when the concepting is done, that they would hand to like a 3D team to like model the stuff, and that's like a finished render of the character. And then after that is like the marketing art, where they take that render of the character, you hand it to an illustrator or a 3D modeler, and they start doing the images you're going to see in the advertisements that look like real, like hyper real. And it's basically just an increase in detail and visual fidelity. Like just that's essentially all it is. It's like a sliding scale of detail and fidelity.
I put a little bit more into my concept art just because I'm empathetic to like the modelers who have to make it. I want to give them as much information as possible so that they're not having to do guesswork. And it's not just for their sake, it's also for my sake. Like I want my ideas to be very clear. And so I'm like, here's exactly what I'm trying to do. Like I'm going to remove some of the guesswork from this so that you kind of know exactly what I'm doing.
Some of my favorite concept art ever was from that weird period in like the late 80s, early 90s, where they didn't have the technology to make super good 3D stuff. They just needed really solid designs that could translate down to pixels. So like out of that, you'd get like Terada doing all the art for like Wizardry or something, or like, you know, any of the other million games he did concept art for. Or my personal favorite, my favorite concept art from anything is when they hired Yoshitaka Amano to do the first Final Fantasy. And they were just like, we just need all the Dungeons and Dragons monsters, and we need them to be bold enough, striking enough designs to feel energetic when reduced down to like 100
A
pixels.
still image.
Yeah, like 100 pixels max. And like, so out of that, he did these. If you've never seen him, chat, you should look him up. He hundreds of these amazing pen and ink brush drawings of every D&D monster in his style that are so fucking cool. And then they got reduced down to pixel. They still look cool. That's why that game had so much character. Like, it's very funny that they hired like a fine artist. But like, it makes sense though, because like if you're gonna reduce something down that much to like a few pixels on a screen, the design has to be as striking as possible because you have like almost nothing to work with. So like you have to squeeze out as much energy and as much memorable design as you can from essentially like nothing. But yeah, that leads to really good results.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of that stuff anymore.
It's like the art out of adversity thing, just from a different direction, where it's like, you know, this character has to be like 20 pixels tall. What do we do to make him striking and memorable?
Well, it's like that thing that everybody says where like we have all this technology and all these things. Why are games bland? It's like you just answered your question. It's like it's because there's no limitations anymore. You don't have to work within constraints. And when you don't have to work within constraints and you can do exactly what you think you want to do, then you never have to adapt and like find a cool solution or
that's the thing.
Work around constraints.
We used to talk about this in Crimson Daggers a lot forever ago. Me and Dave had a long conversation about this that might be archived somewhere, where people don't understand that there's a huge difference between creating stuff and being creative. Like if you have every tool in the world at your disposal and infinite visual fidelity, there's not really a need to be creative because you can do anything at any level and like it's all there for you. But if you're like Steven Spielberg making Jaws and you have no money left and a shark has to attack a boat and you got to figure out how to do it with $1,000, you have to get really creative because like you're being pushed up against a wall where it's like, okay, this has to happen and I can't do it. So I got to find a way to do it. I have to be creative. Like people mix up, I'm creating stuff, so I must be creative with actual creativity all the time, and they're not the same thing. You can draw pictures all day and not be creative. Just because you're making stuff doesn't mean that that's the same thing. But
yeah, it's that adversity. It's the thing that's making you step out of your comfort zone and try something you've never tried before because you have to, because you're working within a certain constraint.
Yeah. But yeah, it's basically problem solving. Creativity always boils down to essentially problem solving. So if there's no problem to solve, you can't really have that level of creativity because there's nothing to force it to happen. There's nothing for it to organically come from. So like, unless you create a problem or you're working in a scenario that naturally has a problem, that level of deep creativity is probably not going to happen because there's no reason for it to. There's no soil for that to grow. That doesn't make sense for it to exist in that space.
Yeah. Yeah, I think about that stuff all the time. Like it's one of the reasons why like I used to have a weird thing where like well, at least it was weird to me at the time, where I would like buy all the stuff I needed to do the thing I wanted to do. And then I would always find that after I bought all the things, it would actually make me like less likely to do it.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, what? I was really into watercolor, but when I bought all the watercolor supplies and things to do it, I stopped doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, why was that? You know, and I like couldn't figure it out for the longest time. And I'm like, not that everybody's like this, but I'm definitely like this, where like I need that missing thing to be like, I need to think that there's something down the road I'm going to find that's going to be better, but at the moment I have this.
Yeah.
Like I need that.
Well,
And
it's essentially like, it's like Ubisoft games. It's like when you put everything on the map, there's nothing to discover, and I don't want to play. It's like, it's how I get bored with those games, where it's like, you buying all the paints and doing that is putting all the blips on the map, and it's like, there's nothing to discover now. There's nothing out there waiting for me. It's all here. whether or not I do anything with it, I can see what it is. There's no frontier anymore. There's no place to go. Like, what's the point of doing it if I can already see all of it? Like, that just kind of feels meaningless.
Yeah, like I have that with like my trainer. Like I like when I'm working out at home, I have like all my weights and stuff, and I'm like, I don't want to buy anything else. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to buy all the equipment that I'd actually need to work out from home. Like because I know that like just knowing myself, I'd be like I wouldn't do it, you know.
Hmm.
Like you know what I mean? Like I don't know if that's just like a like one of those fear things of like comedians say like if I were happy I wouldn't be funny. Like and it's just a bunch of bullshit. But like
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it's that or if it's the other thing. I think it's the other thing where like I just know that whenever I get all the things that I need, in quotations need, I don't do it anymore.
It just feels like a false positive to me. It's like putting on a costume of being a person that does that stuff. Like, I
Right.
bought all the paints and I bought the easel and I bought the plein air book and I have all the things. I'm a painter now. Like, what? Even if I never do a painting, I have all the stuff. So like, I'm a painter. Like, it feels like progress for the wrong reasons. It's like you
Yeah.
spent money on a thing, you didn't actually learn it, but it still feels like some kind of commitment or some kind of step forward. So you can trick your brain into thinking you took a step when you didn't actually take a step.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
But
about that all the time.
like the most create, like I used to think when I was a kid, I can't wait to see the kind of stuff I come up with when I like have a big studio space and I can like have all this stuff and like a bookshelves full of reference material and like freedom to just like explore stuff. I'm gonna be so creative. It's not true. The most creative I've ever been my entire life was trapped in like an algebra class in high school with like a ballpoint pen and like a Steno notebook. Like it's like that was the because I needed to escape. I had to get out of that space, and that made it so much more necessary to be creative. There was no
Yeah.
comfort; it was just boredom and desperation. But yeah,
Yeah, that's how I feel about like getting all the brushes.
hmm
It's like I don't need that. I just need one that works and I need to try and do everything with that one brush. And that's what like you're watching right now.
yeah.
Is like this just works and that's
I'm,
fine.
I'm rendering like 40,000 pixel tall, hyper detailed posters with a fucking hard round brush in Photoshop.
Yeah.
It's like I have 10 billion brushes at my disposal. It's like, what is happening?
That stuff also just overwhelms me anyway.
It's the same. It's similar. It's not the same, but it's similar to the phenomenon. If this has ever happened to anybody in chat, this used to happen to me all the time, and it would make me laugh because it's so stupid. Where I'd be like, I should cook something. I should cook something good, but I don't have any good ingredients. I would have food in my fridge that I could cook, but I was like, I should go get some stuff to make like a real meal. And I'd go blow like $100 at the grocery store, buy all these good ingredients, think about all the food I'm going to cook, get home, unpack it, and then it'd be like, I'm kind of tired. I'm just going to order Chinese food. Like that would happen all the time. Or like, because going to the grocery store and buying all the stuff felt like I was doing something for myself. What I was trying to do was cook a healthy meal and save some, money potentially. But just the process of going and getting all the stuff felt like I had done a task. So it was like, oh, okay, you did the work. And it ends up backfiring. It's like I could have just cooked the stuff I had in the freezer the whole time. But yeah, like if you have, I guess the art version of that is like people who think they need tools to start. When it's like if you have a pencil or a crayon or a pen, you can start and you can get much better with that stuff. You don't need to go out and buy all the shit. Like,
Yes.
but
All right, the bokoblin is done.
let me take a look. I'm excited. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Look at that guy.
I'm just lighting him from the side right now.
I didn't get to hear it earlier. What kind of voice does he have?
I just, the voice you imagine.
Come on, give me it.
Yeah. Stuff like that. Shit like that. Cool shit like that.
Very cool. Does he laugh like a hyena or like a person?
I don't know.
On the one hand, I could see him being like, but also, can I even do a hyena laugh?
What's a
Isn't it
hyena
like
laugh?
isn't it like a back of the throat? I can't do it.
I think you cut
That's a
out.
sound. That's a sound I can't actually make. It's
All right.
almost like a Three Stooges nyuk nyuk nyuk, but super high pitch.
There's that Bokoblin full screen.
There he is.
All right, so what's next? Let's look. So out of those other ones, Rock Dude, Ninja Scroll, Hayato, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Legend of Legaeus Vaughn, Yoshimitsu.
I think you should do the design that's in your heart, which I know what it is.
What's that?
You should do Muku Muku from Suikoden 2 for the Suikoden 2 Diablo 4 crossover event. Just a squirrel in a cape in Diablo world. What else we got?
In Diablo world.
Yeah, a Diablo version of a squirrel wearing a cape that flies around and fights monsters.
So in this instance, all you would do is Google squirrel.
I don't know, it could be like a hell squirrel or something. I don't know. What else? Let's keep thinking, chat. Are they chipmunks or squirrels? I have no idea. What's Muku Muku?
You might be a chipmunk.
You might be a chipmunk because I think they're brown. I think they're like reddish brown.
No, they're flying squirrels.
No, they of course, yeah, because they fly, right? They don't look
Yeah,
like flying squirrels,
They don't.
but yeah, you're right. They would be. You could do the Diablo crossover with David the Gnome, where he has to replant all the trees that the devils cut down.
The devils.
Sorry, he has to replant all the trees that the Hellforge burned to create epic weapons that you can get in the new season.
Season of loot.
I'll tell you what I finally watched that I never saw till last week, and it's Treasure Planet. And Peter DeSev did some pretty good designs in that movie. I was shocked. I was like, how did I miss this when it came out? It's not the right kind of steampunk, but it's still steampunk. I don't know how I missed it.
I watched that not too long ago with the kids.
Yeah. It's one of those things where it was right on the cusp of them trying to understand how to do 3D in a 2D movie, and they hadn't quite figured it out yet. So the 3D is very, very distracting and jarring.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
Not to me anyway. I wasn't a part of the 3D, 2D. I like it movement.
It didn't get acceptable until they figured out how to wrap a 2D painting around a 3D shape. Then it started to look like it kind of existed in the same universe, but even then. That's true.
Don't look yet, Dan, but
should have done Sonic the Hedgehog in Diablo. That's very true. Because then you'd have to make him look like Sonic, but also be real. You'd be in the trap that they were in for that Sonic movie when they changed the design. Oh man, I'm just thinking of games that should cross over with Diablo now. Ice Climbers. Oh, Ice Climbers in Diablo World. Be so fucking good. Hell's frozen over in the new season of Diablo. Them jumping around with their hammers, refreezing all the open magma wounds.
Yeah, just skeletons coming out of the ice with glowing eyes.
Exactly. Oh my god, I would kill. Would kill for that.
I won't go past this. I won't do a full render of this character.
Let me know when it's time to look.
I'll go
I'm
one step
excited.
further since I'm staying with the sketch.
I'm so excited.
I'll illustrate a moment in the game.
Is it going to be the death of Luca Blight after being tricked with a jar of fireflies by the rebel army?
No.
Damn it. Damn it.
It's going to be the recreation of when I fought Luca Blight with a team of Muka Mukas. No, it's not.
Very good.
But I did.
Very good.
That was like back when you were a little kid, and that would be very funny.
Yeah.
And me and Kevin Stemple were up late at night, crying, laughing, watching Muku Muku kill him.
Yeah, absolutely. All Muku Mukus versus the Beast Rune.
Yeah, exactly.
We slaughtered 100 innocents to feed the blood of this rune. Now show me your true power. And it's just you and 5 flying squirrels.
Yeah, when you get to do the Unite ability, where that's like the rainbow attack.
Yeah.
All right, now you can look.
Excellent.
That's him coming out from behind the tree when you
That's
get him.
excellent. Yeah, behind Grandpa Genkaku's dojo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't miss him, chat. Yeah. Chad, I know you're going to think that after you get Nanami in your team, it's time to leave the town and go back to the Unicorn Brigade, but go behind Genkaku's dojo and get Muku Muku, okay?
That's the best. You can't miss it. I mean, you can miss it. That's the worst part.
It's the whole nature of it. You can miss all of them.
Okay, who should I do next?
The beauty of Suikoden 2 is that there's some characters you can only get by missing other characters, like the squids.
It's true.
Mm-hmm. Squid's name is Abisboa, by the way, chat. I remember everything about this game.
Let's see.
Now I want to see the fucking dog soldiers in Diablo from Suikoden 2. The fucking dog wearing a suit who gives military commands.
Well, I'm
We
all
can't do
ready.
that.
I got an idea now. I mean, it's not going to be good. Okay, so nothing in particular, but I Googled dog.
Great. Very good.
Off to a good start.
Very good place to begin.
So this is starting now.
This could be going in so many directions.
I'm just going to surprise you, that's all. So you can come back to the stream in a second when I'll tell you when it's ready.
Chad, I have chat open. If anyone has any questions about Suikoden 2 lore, feel free to ask. Test the limits of my knowledge here.
So usually what I do if I'm doing concept art,
What's it gonna be?
I actually never start this way, like what you're seeing. I don't start any of my concept art like this. It starts in my sketchbook. So I'll actually sketch everything out on paper, and then I use like this is like an expensive pen, and it doesn't have ink that lasts long at all, but it's so fucking good. It's the Everyman pen. I don't know why it's Everyman, but
I've never even heard of this.
it is. And my wife bought it for me. It was just this like random like gel ink. I don't know. I actually don't think it's gel, but it has like a flow like gel. And I just love the consistency of it. I ended up buying a bunch of them and like ink refills, and it's such a waste of money. But it's like perfect. If I can find another pen that's nearly as good as that one, then I'll just get those, especially one that I can refill on my own. As I tried to refill the pen and it just came out like shit. I don't have the good enough ink, I guess. But yeah, the line quality on it's like exactly what I want, and I use it every day. And that's what I do all of my roughs with, which is ironic, or given what this is. Anyway, that's how I would actually start, and then I just take a picture of my thumbnails that I do for my concepts, and then from there I sorry, I'm getting distracted by my own drawing. I just do this over top of it. I spend way more time on the actual concept though. Like I'll do like a full ink drawing, and I'll use the other Critter brush. I like Pilot pens, but they're too deliberate, and not deliberate. They're too soft. They're like not what I want. I want one that like is bleeding onto the page, where like every line is like a perfect definite line. I don't want to shade. I don't want to do nothing. I just want lines, like pure lines. So that's what I look for. But yeah, those pens are great. I don't think a lot of people would like them, probably, for like they might like them to like write with. I don't think people really sketch the way I do.
I'm excited to see whatever it is you're working on.
It's just for a new game.
Sick. I think I know where you're going, but I hope I'm wrong. Are you doing Bow from Breath of Fire in Diablo?
Who knows, man? This is just a quick drawing.
Man, I'm excited. What's it gonna be? What am I gonna get?
I don't know. Won't be good though. Can tell you that much.
Stuff that isn't good is the best. Very excited. What Suikoden sounds familiar? Give me some more out of your head. Listen. It's the classic Konami RPG series about the 108 Stars of Destiny, locked in a battle across time. The 27 true runes dictate the fate of man. But if man can control them, could they possibly dictate their own fate? Find out in Suikoden 1 through 5.
It's a very good. Suikoden 1 and 2 are very good.
5's good too. 1 and 2 are like perfect. 2 is perfect. 1 is really good. "108 characters. I'm so pumped to see what you're drawing. I have no clue. It'd be a really fun challenge.
What?
Taking the rosters of Street Fighter 2 and Mortal Kombat 2 and switching the design team. So all the Street Fighter 2 characters drawn in like the shitty Western Mortal Kombat style, and all the Mortal Kombat characters drawn in that awesome 90s Capcom style.
I mean, it kind of exists with Street Fighter the movie, that game.
Kinda, yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's kind of true. Yeah. I mainly want to see the the Mortal Kombat characters drawn by Capcom. I want to see what they would do with Raiden, like who they would make big and who they would make skinny, and like what the silhouettes would be.
Okay, Dan, you can look now.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
It's a dog soldier. So you're...
Hell yeah, dog soldier. Hell yeah. Dude, he loves war.
He does.
Thrill of the chase. Hell yeah, dude. My God. In honor of that one dog that got a medal in World War II. Salute.
Let's look up Bangus Street Fighter. Let's see.
Oh, you know it'd be fun with this brush, actually?
What?
If chat came up with Metal Gear Solid character names. So it's got to be an adjective and then an animal, chat. It's got to be like, oh my God, Twisted Scallop or something. It's gotta be
Scallop.
It's gotta be an adjective and an animal name, and then Dave has to design the Metal Gear Solid art for it.
I didn't realize that I laughed and spit on my screen.
Oh God, that's such a good one. Oh man.
Just while those are coming in.
Egregious horse. Very good. Oh. Man. I guess it doesn't just have to be an adjective, because I'm trying to think. It can just be a word. Like there's revolver ocelot. Like you have to have an animal, but the first word doesn't have to be an adjective. It can be a cool thing. Like tank kangaroo. Like and to just take a cool word and slap an animal after it. Oh my God. Salacious hornet, very good. Communicating coyote, yeah. Zero husky. Zero husky. Feels like a real one that already exists. Oh, this is a very good game. Speaker lizard. Speaker. Because, oh my God, Hideo Kojima's version of that would be like the Native American guy in 5 who can speaks all the different languages and understands like the root of communication. But in my head, I just want it to be speakers. Like he's carrying a giant speaker on his shoulder instead of a Gatling gun. Oh. Truck arachnid. That one's perfect. Truck arachnid is perfect. Oh, I'm crying now. Oh. Truck is such a good first word. Oh. Oh boy. That broke me, Chad. I'm sorry. Truck arachnid. Oh. I'm picturing a guy with like 4 robot arms. So he's got his 4 human limbs and 4 robot limbs. And he's driving a truck with his 2 regular hands, and his 4 other hands are like controlling weapons and things on the truck. Or it's a truck with like more gears than it should have. So he needs more hands to drive it. Oh. Grenadier Gecko, very good. Sassy Bat. That's good. I can see her. Absolutely. Panzer Sloth, excellent. My God. Oh, are you doing some Capcom? Man.
Yeah, I'm doing Capcom Scorpion.
Dirty Ray. Dirty Ray's a really good one. Dominant Dinosaur Tactical Turtle. Wayward Wizard says, hey bro, thanks to you I got to know credit. It's bringing my will to produce work back again. Thanks, your art's so nice.
Yeah, of course. Happy to suggest it. Make you aware of it.
There's a good one, Alfred. Hammer Badger. Hammer's a great first name. I can hear that guy saying Hammer. Snake. His name's Hammer Scorpion. An ex-member of the Mujahideen. After losing his wife in a gunfight, he said he'd never use guns again and resorted to only hammers. Watch out.
Only hammers.
Gun trout. That's very good. Duke Manticore. Desperado Dango, very good. Vapor Snake just sounds like something that already exists. In one of those like PSP games I never played. Yeah, Decoy Octopus is real, so you can do anything. That's the telltale calling card of Trick Centipede. Get out of there. The CIA says they're not sure if he's one man with 100 arms or 50 men with 100 arms between them. Either way, Snake, your two won't be enough.
Is there a winner?
Right now, Truck Arachnid is my favorite thing I've ever heard. Because truck is such a funny first word to use.
Okay,
Truck just punches you in the face right away. Truck. So yeah, I don't know. There's so many.
Okay.
Window crap. I like window.
Window crab. That's funny.
Window crab's good. Jeep Swan. Jeep is a great first name too. Jeep. Ballistic Tiger sounds like a real one. Spoon's a good first name. Did you play, that new Kojima game? Newer? With Norman Reedus?
No.
I didn't either. I can't tell if I missed out on something or if it's just exactly what I think it's going to be.
Well, I mean, it's just their like introductory thing with their budget that they had, which was going to be limited.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I mean,
I wonder if the sequel's going to be more what he was hoping.
probably.
The best thing about this is that all these names Chad's coming up with could also be Mega Man X villains. Those did someone type
the sea.
Dude, Rye Guts typed Dozer Wasp. That is a Mega Man X villain. Dozer. I can see Dozer Wasp. A wasp with a giant bulldozer scoop for a bottom jaw, who flies down and scoops the ground and picks you up. It's great. He came from the sea to seek revenge. Duff McWhalen.
I think about Duff McWhalen all the time.
Duff McWhalen. Duff McWhalen. Amazing. Oh my god, you're off to a good start with fucking the exhaust ports on his back. The truck arachnid, hell yeah. This is great.
That's funny, Tame Impala.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's true.
It's a good double.
This is going to be one of those bosses where every time you damage him, he goes, "Okay, Snake, how about we get into gear?" And he goes real fast. The same tagline every single time. My god, the exhaust ports. The exhaust ports make the whole thing.
If I was doing more with this, I would do the whole changing the colors and stuff to be more Metal Gearish.
Of course.
I'll get close. I'll do the green.
There you go.
Make it more authentic.
Exactly. Night's House Games. I'm Truck Arachnid and I'm gonna run you down. Yeah, it's literally that. It's gonna be that, and then every time he hurts you, he's gonna say, "Looks like roadkill's on the menu." Over and over and over again. Looks like roadkills. It looks like roadkills. I used to love when they would interrupt the sound by playing it again. Looks like roadkill. Looks like roadkills. They did that a lot in Bomberman 64, where if you got trapped in a corner by multiple bombs, it would go ah.
Mm-hmm.
Vilified Falcon, very good.
Whoops.
This is very good. This is very good.
Yeah, that's that. I'm not gonna do more with that.
No, you're good. Good God.
Got a second favorite? I'll do one more and then I'll call it.
So many. We go up. I mean, Dozer Wasp. Dozer Wasp is a really good name.
Okay, I'll do that, and that'll be it for the stream. After that,
What are you gonna do? A Mega Man villain, Mega Man X, or are you gonna do Metal Gear Solid?
Metal Gear Solid.
Gotcha.
Are you still streaming?
Yeah,
Are you talking to Dan?
yeah,
Can Maddie come say hi?
yeah. I mean, I'm on my headphones, but yeah.
Dozer.
Hey,
What's up?
Hey,
hey, stream.
what's up?
And he's talking to Dan.
Maddie's here from
nice.
from the stream,
I know.
from the Discord.
Oh, look who I brought.
She's here in real life.
Look who I brought.
New Patreon perk unlocked.
You
Yeah.
actually
Don't ask how much you paid.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Yeah, Maddie's here. Hello, Maddie.
that new painting she did, that study was dope.
Mhm.
Really good blending.
Okay.
That's right, Apollon. Maddie's a woman. Like the comment just said, woman.
Woman.
Dozer Wasp. Oh my god. Trying to think of what his backstory is.
Just big scooper bulldozer arms. I need to have these be like a jetpack thing on the back.
Absolutely. Snake. When the NWO sought to repopulate the world's forests by genetically altering bees, one got loose and bit one of the local workers. They couldn't fix his DNA, so they put him to work bulldozing the forest. The very same one they set out to save.
You gotta go and
He never forgot, and he never forgave. Snake.
you get,
They say the only thing worse than his scooping is his stinging. Snake. This is too good for what it is. It's like a borderline guy. It's like a borderline Guyver villain. Some Sentai villain. Ah, excellent.
gotta end on a high note. Gotta end on Dozer Wasp. I don't know what his name was. What was his name?
Dozer Wasp.
Okay, cool.
This is very good. Snake. Avoid his shovel arms at all costs. If he scoops you, you'll be prone to stinging. Snake. Smoking cigarettes has been shown to cloud his radar.
Yes, exactly, dude. Disorient the wasp.
If you can disorient him with cigarette smoke, you might just get a window to use your RPG.
It works, actually. I wish it didn't, but it does. Let's see, I need that Metal Gear green.
Snake. The biometrics on his helmet show that he can only detect movement. If you hide inside the box, you might be invisible to his sensors. Yeah, smoke grenades will put him to sleep. Exactly. 2 scoops of pain. Very good, Laura. Very good. I heard you ordered 2 scoops of pain.
Yeah, he has to buzz. The buzz has to come from his static and his radio.
I heard you ordered 2 scoops of pain. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, interference on the radio. Has to be
Exactly.
that.
That's very good. Ice Nine. First name Pick, last name Uptruck from the from the Death Stranding universe.
Up Truck is just a good name.
My name is Pick. Pick Uptruck.
My name's Dr. Uptruck.
My name is Dr. Picard Uptruck.
Picard.
My friends call me Pick.
Uptruck. It's the whole thing.
Dr. Uptruck. Very good.
Anyway, I very much enjoy doing these concept
Mosaic.
art streams.
Mosaic. Snake, you can't hide in the water. Dozer Wasp will wait until you resurface and then strike. Very, very good.
I like that.
Excellent.
All right, so there he is, Dozer Wasp.
Excellent.
There's our Metal Gear Solid Dozer Wasp, and then here's whatever the fuck his name was.
Dude, we should do another switcheroo on the next stream. We should do Revolver Ocelot as a Mega Man X villain. And you should
That's
do
a
Chill
good idea.
Penguin as a Metal Gear Solid villain.
Just go back and forth.
Yes, exactly. Just take the names and switch the universes. It'd be so good.
All right, so here's everything. Here's the Bokoblin. Here's that Muku Muku and the Diablo universe. Here's a dog soldier that nobody asked for.
Excellent.
Here's a scorpion in somewhat Street Fighter anatomy that I just sketched while looking for the next one. Here's I still can't remember his name.
You gotta save
Tarantula spider, Mack truck.
Truck
and then here's-
Arachnid.
Truck Arachnid, and here's Dozer Wasp.
Very good.
We did it.
You gotta save all these until you have 1,000, and then release an Advent tearaway calendar called 1,000 Days of Trash. All these throwaway ideas.
It's fun.
It's very good.
I actually like this one. You know,
Great.
if I actually spent time refining this concept, like if I did another pass at it, knowing what my first initial read was, I could make this cool.
Yeah. Dude, I think swapping the names from Mega Man X to Metal Gear Solid would be an awesome stream.
It's a good idea.
If anyone out there is wondering like what kind of projects go viral on Twitter, it's dumb shit like that. Like if you took that and ran with it, anyone listening to this, you'd make so many people happy.
Yeah, let's I like Scraptober, but let's just call it Craptober. We'll just do
Yeah.
crap
Yeah.
for a whole month.
Crapped over, yeah.
We'll just do crap.
A whole month of just bad.
Just a
bad
month
stuff
of
that
crap.
No one's trying to impress anybody.
Yeah, do you want to come
Oh.
back for another concept stream, Dan?
Oh,
These are
absolutely.
fun.
100%. This is very good.
All right, good. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out.
Everybody.
I'm just about done, but I have a 2.5 hour. It's closer to 3 hours. I only did like half of the audio recording for it, but that tutorial on how I'm doing all of my Diablo 4 like finished paintings and stuff. That tutorial is going to be up on Patreon soon, but yeah, I'm basically like almost there, and then I'll just publish it, and hopefully let me see if I can do some Saturday night. We'll see. I'll keep you updated, but thank you all for hanging out. Appreciate you, and I'll see you next time, and then we will do another one of these concept streams. This is a lot of fun, and I like you all giving me suggestions, and yeah, it's very enjoyable.